Okay, hey everybody, this is Grace, and it is March 31st, 2026. My SUV says it's 85 degrees out there at 5:56 p.m. Yeah, it's and later on this week. Well, when will it be? In a few days. The temperatures are going to be back in the 60s and overnight in the 40s, I think. Again, that's what happens here. It's a suburb northeast of Dallas. It's a big city to itself. I think it's number 9 in the state of Texas and number 4 in DFW. All that. Did you need to know all that? No. And you know, the AI really doesn't like me doing that. Oh well. Since when my channels haven't been monetized since way back when they stopped monetize. They stopped. Everybody could have been monetized. You know that. You know, met the whatever it was, and I think it was 2018. They stopped that. You know, they changed the requirements and all that. Yeah, I would have the amount of subscribers, but I wouldn't have the amount of watch time hours. So, anyway. Lately, I haven't been making videos. I guess I made a few the other day because I was out and about doing some stuff and felt like it, but really haven't been doing so much. I've been concentrating on another project that I've taken up, and that is when I'm awake. I've mentioned before, I think, I've been on this this medication. It's new to me. I've never had it for my rare health condition. I've never had any actual medication for it. I've had Band-Aid medications, is what I called them, but not the medication for it because there wasn't any. And I've had this rare health condition since I was a child. And no doctor told me that they have them out. They've been out, I think it's 14 years. Yeah, no doctor told me until, well, I guess it was last year. So it's been out 14. So now I'm on it, and I do, you know, I'm so used to bad doctors. I mean, none of them told me all those years. Yeah, think about it. And the ones before doubted it, even though they had the test results. Test results, CT results. Yeah, even if people from their own hospital, hello, but nope, they would rather deny that it's true. So it's pretty bad. Anyway, I've been taking the medication. I think, oh, how many days is it? It's been 2 weeks. So, oh, Adam's coming out. Where was I? Adam came out, and I knew he was going to go to the store. He went to the store for himself, but he was going to pick up a few items. So he came out and told me, he, you know, read me his list. You know, he's older than I. And he enjoys doing it now. Never did when, you know, so many years. I've known him 44 years. He was never wanting to go to the grocery store. Now he says he does it so he can get some exercise. That is what I used to always say. Some exercise. I was joking, kinda. But anyway, I was saying I'm taking this medication. I think yesterday was day 14 or day 15. But anyway, I have noticed some changes, but it did say, I've read a lot of what the NIH says and stuff like that, and about it. I have for years, and then I'm really, you know, different places for years, and then now really getting more and more into it. You know, because I ask questions like if I have a, you know, a weird side effect, or, I mean, I know the side effects, but I just ask deeper questions, I guess. And well, I like that I can just do that now. It hasn't always been that way, to get good information like that. The gold standard. Yeah. I keep saying golden, but it's gold standard. Yeah. Anyway. And one of my weirdest ones was like a few hours after I started taking it, and I felt lighter. You know, I was like, I went to the grocery store, and on the way there, I was feeling funny, you know, sitting in my SUV. And then when I got out, I noticed I felt lighter, like lighter on my, you know, my shoes. Lighter walking. And that is actually a recognized response. Yeah, because I looked it up. I thought, man, you know, it took me a while. I think days, maybe. I don't even know. Before I looked it up, and it said, yeah, this is recognized. You know, other people have reported the same thing, and they explained why. I thought that's cool. But yeah, some part of what will get worse before it gets better. It's like all the bad things that it caused before I started taking it would worsen, and I've could worsen. And I've had one of them, you know, right before, back in 2023, my body suddenly put on 48 pounds. Man, let me tell you, that's rough. 48 pounds. Yeah. I think I just turned 60. Or was it before was it when I was 59? And whatever it was. And my birthday's in the middle of the year, so yeah. Anyway, that was 2023. Yeah. 59, I guess. And I don't know. Anyway, why am I focusing on that? I don't know. But it was so weird. It was you know, that weight. And then all these years, you know, it was 2023. Since then, as usual, I couldn't lose the weight. There was nothing. I mean, I tried. And I've always, since I was probably a preteen, been on some diet. Seriously. When I was a preteen, I was saying I really need to get a hold of this, you know, situation. But it was a rare health condition, which I've had since before I was a child. And the thing is, you can't do that. Okay, so I don't mention what it is, and I don't say what the medication is. I have my reasons, of course. And anyway, some of the interesting things is that, and I wanted to know, well, is that going to change? Well, I started gaining weight again. And, I mean, it explains that some things are going to get worse before they get better. And I was like, huh. And that would be one of them. That's one of the things that it caused. But one of the things that's supposed to help is diabetes. And I have seen that. And they said usually by 6 weeks, it's noticeable change. By 6 weeks. So that's great, man. That is really great. But, you know, I felt the little, it talks about aches and pains. And one thing that you know, when I was a career student, a social behavioral scientist I am now, and I was a career student over 20 years at university, so undergraduate and graduate school. And, I mean, I studied to become a counselor. That was my whole goal. But, one of the things I never really had a good handle on, I mean, I knew what I thought it was. I mean, you know, what one would assume, I guess. And I even looked it up again last night or whenever it was, and it says the same. But the research that answered the question, or the research, I didn't ask that question, but it gave this, and I thought, that's not right. You know, because it doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense. But it's some kind of it's about psychoses. And I said, that's not a psychosis. You know, it's not, those are not psychoses, I guess is a way to say it. Because we never talked about that much in class. I don't remember ever there being a discussion over that. And mood. I don't know why. Mood. Just the word itself. Yeah. It was weird. But, anyway. So I'm on this medication, and it's supposed to change a person's mood. It's kind of strange because I've never really... The only thing that I'm looking forward to is, you know, because I've never really had that mood thing, but I'm in my mind, I'm remembering what I read, but the ability to concentrate for, you know, concentrate better. It creates its own brain fog, by the way. And then there's a problem with that mixed with the concentration. It's a physical health problem, but it can also cause these other things. And that's the one for me. That's the one that I've had problem with. There are a few, really. Because some things, like I've always said, that I can remember the concept or the definition or the etc., but I would never remember the term, the name, the date, stuff like that. Okay, but I would remember the concepts like you would not believe. And plus, like this thing I said that doesn't add up is because my memory, I will remember like, you know, certain details, and then if something changes and they say it differently, like this has happened, just happened, and I'd say, no, that's not what you said before. And I'm not wrong, because that's how my brain works. No, you said this, you did not say that. So it's kind of like, you know, when I watch some people's videos, and I mean, I know nobody's perfect on this, nobody. It's because, especially if you grow and change, you know, some of your videos you might have something, and about how you look at things. That's my lock on my door. About how you view whatever, or what you've been doing or something, and then later on it's totally different. I can watch people say, "Oh, that's not what you said before." But if I say that, I mean, I understand people growing and changing, but when it's something that, no, they just found out this because of some reason and that and all that. You know what I'm saying? Okay, well, I think that's enough. Like I said, I started a new project. It's just something to do for myself, kind of for myself, but I'm getting more and more deep into it. So, and each, you know, as you go along with some new project, you learn other things, you learn stuff that you really didn't know before. That's what's happening with me. So it's, when I am awake, like that's how I started off saying this, was that when I am up, that's what I'm doing. But the problem is, I'm sleeping a lot. And they said that this can cause fatigue at first. Okay, and that it has. That's another thing that, you know, so the drugs that say that can cause fatigue, they do for me. It's really strange. But I joke with myself and say, I don't even know if I'm feeling fatigue, because I'm asleep. My brain works in mysterious, in weird ways. But I made myself laugh over it, but at the same time, you know, like I get up and go and do something, and they said that this happens too. The edema can worsen, and it has a little bit, and so I lay down more and keep my legs elevated than I have in a while, and when I do that, I fall asleep. If I have the TV on, I'm out like a light, and that's why I think that I'm sleeping more. So, or am I tired? I don't know. Anyway, I'm wrapping up.